Hi! Welcome to Flights of Fancy Storytime. I'm Anne from the National Air and Space Museum, and I'm here to bring some of our museum stories to you. Today I'm thinking about the sun. What color do you think the sun is? We often think about a bright yellow color when we think about the sun, but really it's hard to tell because we can't look right at the sun to see it. The sun has strong energy that would hurt our eyes if we looked right at it. At the museum, we have special telescopes that allow us to see the sun. It's an amazing feeling to look at something like the sun that we can't see without those tools. The special tools filter or block the damaging rays. Here's a picture of our sun taken through a telescope. You can see prominences which loop out and into the sun and dark sunspots. The sun is always changing, and if you take a picture on another day, the same loops and spots will not be there. Even though we can't look directly at the sun, we can see how the sun lights up our world and lets us see all of the colors of our planet. The sun gives us warmth and energy to help plants grow. There are so many ways that we can notice how the sun helps us every day on our planet. Here's a story about that. Once upon a time, there were three friends who loved spending time outdoors together, named Millie, Ruth, and Lou. One cloudy, drizzly afternoon, the three friends were inside painting with watercolor paints. Millie said, "I liked spraying water on the paints to get them ready, just like the drizzly rain." She took a spray bottle and misted the watercolor set so that the paints were damp and ready to use. Lou dipped her brush in the water and then into some blue paint. "I'm painting a blue sky and a bright sun. I wish it was a sunny day out today." Ruth dipped her brush into orange paint. "I'm going to paint a sunset. I like to look at the sunset with my hamster Rocket after dinner." Millie said, "Sunrise is pretty too. I miss the sun when it's cloudy and raining." She painted a rosy streak on her paper. "Let's get up early tomorrow and watch the sun come up. I think it's going to be a sunny day. Then we can play outside in the sun all day," said Millie. "We can do all kinds of things to celebrate the sun," said Ruth. "It will be a sun day. We can watch the sunrise at my house," said Lou. They agreed that was a good idea. The next morning, they all got up before the sun at Lou's house. Lou's dad made sun-day pancakes and oranges for breakfast. The three friends sat on the porch and watched the sky. Lucky Cat joined them and sat on Lou's lap. It started to get lighter and brighter. "Ooh," said Lou, "the sky looks so pretty. The clouds are orange and pink and purple." Then Millie pointed out to the horizon. "There's the sun. It looks reddish-orange. Remember not to look right at the sun, just the colors around it." They watched as a bright circle of sun appeared over the land and seemed to rise in the sky. The colors of the clouds in the sky changed as it happened. "Good morning, sun," said Ruth. "Here are my sun stretches." Ruth stretched her arms way overhead and wiggled her fingers like the sun's rays. All the friends joined in, and even Lucky stretched her legs. "It's getting kind of hot," said Lou. "Let's give some water to the flowers in my garden." She showed them tall sunflowers and shorter daisies. "We planted these flowers a few months ago, and they've grown so much. The sunflowers turn their heads to face the sun." The sun was a little higher now, and the flower heads were facing that way. Lou dragged the hose out to the flowers, and the friends sprayed the water to give them a drink. "Hey, look, a rainbow," said Ruth, pointing to the mist from the hose. The sun was shining through the droplets and creating a mini rainbow. "Amazing," said Millie. Lou's mom came out with some lemonade, sunscreen, hats, and sunglasses. Lou said, "We have to be careful if we're going to be out in the sun all day." They put on the hats and glasses and sunscreen and then sat on a blanket to drink their lemonade. Lucky came out to join them and curled up on the blanket to sleep. Lou petted Lucky. "She likes to nap in the warm sun," said Lou. "Me too. We woke up so early today," said Ruth, and they all three yawned and curled up for a short nap. But not for long. Millie opened her eyes and nudged the friends. "Let's scoot out to the big tree," said Millie. "We can stop at my house and bring a picnic lunch out there." They hopped on their scooters to go to Millie's house and then headed to the tree. "Look how long the shadow of the tree goes," said Ruth. She jumped off of her scooter and ran to the end of the shadow and waved to her friends. She put a big rock down to mark the spot where the shadow ended, and then she ran back. "Where's the sun now?" asked Millie. Lou pointed at the sky. "It's behind the tree, a little higher but still pretty low in the sky." They put their backs to the sun and looked at their long shadows. They stretched their hands way up to make their shadows even longer. "I'm tall," said Lou. "Let's race to the end of the tree shadow," said Ruth. "Ready, set, go!" They all ran out to the rock. Millie touched the rock first. "Race you back to the tree," said Millie, and they ran back to the tree. This time Lou got there first. "Is it time for lunch?" asked Ruth. "Yes," said Millie. They sat down in the shade of the tree and ate a sunny picnic lunch of carrot circles and cheese sandwiches. "Look at the shadow of the tree," said Ruth. "Where did the long shadow go?" Ruth ran out to the rock and back. "The sun is straight over our heads and shining through the leaves of the tree," said Millie. "It's like a circle of shadow around the tree," said Lou. "We can dance around in the shade." They all held hands and danced around in the circle of shade under the tree and then fell down laughing in the grass. After a little while, Mo and Barkley came by with a big bucket of chalk, and he said, "Do you want to draw on the sidewalk?" Millie took an orange piece of chalk and drew the biggest circle that she could. "I'm drawing the sun," she said. She added wavy lines around the outside with yellow and white chalk. Ruth said, "I'm drawing a sunflower facing your sun." She picked a brown piece of chalk for the center of the sunflower. Lou said, "Mo, will you help me draw a rainbow? We need one piece of each color. They go in a certain order. Red first, then orange, then yellow." Mo said, "Yes, I know, green is next, then blue." He picked out all of the colors that they would need and lined them up on the sidewalk. Then he handed the red piece to Lou. Lou said, "Don't forget purple." Then Ruth said, "After this, we can have supper at my house and watch the sunset. Do you think it's almost time?" Millie pointed to the sky. "The sun is starting to get lower in the west." Lou said, standing up tall, "Look, my shadow is getting long again. I can make my shadow touch your sun." She reached up even higher and her shadow touched Millie's drawing of the sun on the sidewalk. Ruth said, "The tree's long shadow is going the other way." She ran out to the end of the shadow and put another rock at the end of the shadow. Then she ran back. "Time to head home," Ruth said. After supper, they all sat with Rocket to watch the sunset. "Let's make sun crowns to wear," said Ruth. They cut strips of yellow construction paper and taped yellow triangles to the top of the strip. Then they taped them into circles to make crowns. "We can wear our sun crowns for the sunset," said Lou. There were a few clouds low in the sky, and they showed purple, pink, and orange colors as the sun seemed to get close to the horizon. "It looks like the sun is moving, but it's funny to think that it's really the earth that's turning away from the sun," said Ruth. "My grandpa told me that." "Well, whatever's moving, I'm glad it is. The sky is so pretty," said Lou. "Yes," said Millie. "I loved sharing this special day to celebrate the sun with you." Ruth said, "What a great sun day," and they gave each other a high five. It's craft time. Today we're going to make rainbow pictures, just like this one. What you need for this craft is just a white piece of paper and your crayons. And we're going to make a rainbow with our crayons. Now you need special crayons for this. And I'm going to line them up so they're ready to go. I have my red one, and then next is orange and yellow. Then comes green, blue, and purple. Okay, we're ready. Now we're going to take our piece of paper and I'm going to draw a red arc as big as I can across the middle of the paper. So I'm going to draw a big red rainbow shape, just like that. And then the next color in my line is orange. So I'm going to draw the orange under the red, just like this. And then comes yellow. And I'm going to make the yellow. There we go. And then comes green. So I draw the green under the yellow. And then blue comes next. There we go. And purple. Great. Now that looks already like a really good rainbow, but we want our rainbow to be like a spectrum. And what a spectrum does is that we have the colors, but they also kind of have fuzzy edges that meld into each other. So we're going to take our crayons and go over the line this way, and then you can kind of go all the way to the orange with your crayon. So I'm going to take the red crayon and I'm going across my line that I drew and coloring all the way to the orange line and up above the red line that I drew. So you can do it neat or you can do it messy like I did. Just like that. And now I'm going to do that with the orange line, and that's going to be overlapping with the red. So part of the orange is going to go into the red. I'll show you what I mean. I'm going to go over my orange line that I drew. I'll only do half of this so you'll get the idea. You can do the whole thing when you do it. So there we go. See how I overlapped a little bit? So we have red, and then we have orange, red, and then orange. The next yellow is going to go. So then we have yellow going over the yellow line and then into the orange a little bit. And all the way down to where the green line is. I fill it all the way down to where the green line is. There we go. And then we're going to do that with the green. So we're going to fill the green all the way down to the blue line and up above where the yellow is. So that part of it is yellow green. Show you what that looks like. There we go. And then blue. And we're going to take the blue and go all the way down to the purple and up into the green a little bit. And mix those colors a little bit. That's what makes it a spectrum. It's mixed. There we go. And then the last one is the purple on the bottom. And we're going to take the purple and go across the purple line and into the blue a little bit. It's really fun and relaxing craft to do. That's great. And now, of course, also sometimes the rainbows extend a little bit. So above the red, they have purple again. So we're going to put a little bit of purple up there. There we go. And you can make your art go all the way across, but I just did half of it just to show you. So there we are, rainbow pictures. I hope you enjoy doing this craft. I love rainbows. I love to see them in the sky and draw them. I hope you enjoy it too. And if you like our story time and our craft time, please give us a thumbs up and also subscribe to our YouTube channel, and that way you'll get our crafts and our stories in your subscription box each month and won't miss a story or a craft activity. Thanks so much for joining us. Hope you enjoy yourself. Bye-bye.